5 to 15, higher gusts possible.
Day off.
Thursday night, it remains cloudy. Temperatures hold steady in the region. Winds become light. And then Friday, chance for afternoon rain showers and highs reach 49. This is meteorologist Phil Jensko with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Right now, it's 24.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. And we will, I had my days mixed up earlier when I was looking at what was ahead. I gave you the wrong information. Later on this morning, we're going to talk to a couple of folks during the 10 o'clock hour. John Corriveau and Tim Roenicke will be with us. At 11 o'clock, SVRC Marketplace on Focus. But for the first part of this hour, we're going to find out about Midland, because with us this morning is once again Brad Kaye. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning, Art. It's great to join you on this nice wintry morning.
Yeah, snow falling. Gee whiz. What a concept, huh?
Almost like the red season.
Yeah, almost. So what's happening in Midland these days? I know there's the holiday brings about different activities downtown, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Actually, we as soon as it goes around, we really start to gear up, and we've got all kinds of activities. We're actually because last year, of course, everything got kind of throttled down. We weren't able to do a lot of the activities that we normally do each Christmas season. So this season, we're either ramping back up or reinstituting a lot of those, and kind of starts on the weekends. And so our first one really coming up is Holly Jolly Days in downtown Midland, which takes place up until noon, from noon until 4, both Saturday and Sunday. We've got horse and carriage rides, hot cocoa, all those kind of fun things that you would associate with the Christmas season. So that's our first one, and there's certainly many more, but we're looking forward to this one to start it up.
Yeah, we drove through downtown this past weekend, and we saw the train, and then we saw the carriage rides, and the carriage rides, there were people riding. It was refreshing. It looked good.
It is. They're very popular. People come out. They utilize them a lot. The train that you mentioned, of course, is associated with the Santa House. We run the train, which is free. Anybody can jump on. It tours through our downtown, down by Dow Diamond, and then back to the courthouse area where the Santa House is. And people can just take a little bit of break from standing outside in the cold, waiting to get into the Santa House and enjoy, again, the sights and sounds of downtown Midland.
And you said something about free?
I certainly did. The train itself is free. It's run by the Community Foundation, the Midland Community Foundation. They provide it. They staff it with volunteers from the community. So the conductors, the people helping people on and off at the lineups, all of that are volunteers from the community. And it's just a service that we provide so that people can enjoy being downtown and enjoy the community itself.
So what is the shape of downtown, Brad? How is it doing these days?
Well, overall it's good. We certainly have some challenges. We've got an empty, a long-time business, Oscar's, which was one of.
Yep.
And we've got another one, a long-time business, Diamond Jim's, is going to be moving from our downtown, although there's a new business coming into that location behind it. So part of the evolution of downtown is there's always change. There's always some moving out, unfortunately, but fortunately people still moving in. And so as long as it's a location that people want to come to, and people continue to patronize and take part and come to these stores and support them, and these restaurants and support those as well, we're doing well on that front.
And I ask this question every time we talk. How are you doing with the remediation from the flood?
Yeah, so slower including us, would like. We are moving along. Our Grace A. Bell Memorial Library is getting a little bit closer. We're starting to wrap up the construction on that. We anticipate that next month we'll be able to actually move all of our catalog and library materials back into the basement level for that and be more fully open towards the end of January in all likelihood. I'm not quite sure on the date of that. Downtown, we have Riverside Place, which is a seniors apartment, the lower level of which was flooded. And again, we're just getting to the point of trying to wrap the construction up that's necessary to restore things like kitchen facilities and the dining facilities, as well as 10 apartments that were flooded out that we'll be able to return people to as well. And then the other side, of course, is infrastructure, and that's a very long-range one. We've been working with neighbors, working on different proposals and concepts, for instance, disconnecting their footing drains so that the water from their grounds and their roofs aren't going into our sanitary sewer systems and instead go into our storm systems. But that's a long-range plan. It takes a lot of money. We're looking in excess of $50 million for that. And so we have loans that will be available to us next fall, but in the meantime, we're working on the engineering analysis and the engineering preparation necessary so that we can be ready to go in the fall.
Is any of the flood remediation money included in ARPA, or is it a separate issue altogether?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So at the moment, the funding source that we have is the state revolving fund, which is really a loan. And it's a low interest loan provided to us by the state, and we'll use that to the extent that is necessary. That being said, we continue to pursue any and all options, including what might be available through more of the infrastructure bills that are coming. ARPA itself it's a different funding source. The city got, compared to many cities at least, the city of Midland got a relatively low amount of $5.4 million. And just to put that into context, that's about 1/10 of what the city of Saginaw got. And what we'll be utilizing that money for really is to fill the budgets from COVID-related expenses. So things such as when we shut down our pool, we had no revenue coming in for that. For the entire revenue gap will be plugged using funds such as that.
Any reason why Midland got so little?
Well, that also is a great question, Art. It really, as we can, the funding that was put forward was done by the federal government. They used the Community Development Block Grant Program, which is really geared towards helping communities that have low to moderate income populations, or portions at least of their population. And Midland is fortunate enough that, comparatively speaking, again, that segment of our population is pretty low compared to other communities. So the fact from our perspective that we have the same infrastructure needs that every other city does, that formula just really didn't help us in the overall consideration.
How about your water system? Because a lot of communities are looking at lead line replacement. Do you have much of a problem with that?
Thankfully, no. We do certainly have some, but overall, we have a fairly low number of lead and copper lines that we've identified. As we've been moving along, doing different either street or water line replacements, we've been taking care of a few of those that we come across, but by and large, we really don't have many. It did, notwithstanding that comment, mean that staff members, or they are working full-time on those replacements throughout will be for the next 3 to 4 years.
You mentioned another word which raises the hairs on the back of the neck of a lot of people in city governments and township governments, and that's streets. Plenty of money, it seems, for highways and everything else, not a lot of money for cities' streets. How's Midland doing?
Well, you're dead on today, Art. Every one of these points is a very well-pointed question. So streets, Midland is fortunate, and what I say mean by we have 2 separate millages that have been approved by our voters, and they provide us with taxes or taxable income coming in every year that is dedicated to local streets. And so we've been able to utilize the federal funding and the state funding that comes as it does to every other community, but we also have these additional millages that allow us to be a little bit more proactive and a little bit more aggressive in terms of repair and rehabilitation. So we're not where we'd like to be, certainly, but we are certainly at least keeping ground and making a little bit of progress each year, which people who drive around the city, they'll complain in the summer, of course, because construction happening. But it's one of those necessary evils to get back to the road system that we would like to have.
Yeah, as an administrator, and you look around, is that the wave of the future for communities that need to repair their roads and streets, that they're going to have to go after their own millages? I mean, even the ARPA money can't be used for it. Is that the wave of the future?
I think it's an option. It's worked well for us, and we've had those millages in place for a number of years, and it takes time, of course, to rehabilitate an entire street network. At the same time, there are a lot of challenges with the funding formulas that city governments receive from the state of Michigan, and to a degree the federal government. But I think those state funding formulas themselves right now are more of a challenge, and there needs to be more of a fundamental sort of structural change to how cities and local governments are funded with the funds coming out of the state of Michigan.
All right, Brad, hang on. I want to take a break and then one more segment with you. We're talking to Brad Kaye, City Manager of the City of Midland, and we will be back with him right after these notes on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW.
Rocketgrabplus.com. The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here always giving you the deals that you need. You can get tons of half-off deals going on right now from Uplift Creative Center, Joyce's Purple Palette, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit. Oh,
I'm in.
You may be into punk rock, soft rock, or classic rock, R&B, hip-hop, or house, country, techno, or techno-country. But no matter what kind of music you listen to, here's something else you should hear. Please consider getting vaccinated. Talk to your pharmacist today about Comirnaty, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA. This message brought to you by BioNTech and Pfizer.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
West Airlines is more optimistic about the end of this year. The Dallas-based airline is raising its forecast for the quarter, saying leisure travel demand was strong for the Thanksgiving holiday, and December bookings are looking better than expected. Southwest reported a smaller than expected loss for the fall quarter. People aren't eating as many meals at home. That cut into Campbell's Soup's business in the recent quarter. Campbell's sales declined. Billionaire investor Richard Branson will be involved in Grove Collaborative, the company behind Myers, Burt's Bees, and other natural and sustainable products. A special purpose acquisition company backed by Branson will invest in Grove Collaborative as part of the plan to launch its stock. Grove plans to list on the New York Stock Exchange. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Near historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit LoanDepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. To change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Are you aware the average person blinks 1,000 times an hour? Who cares? Just be aware of the Powerball jackpot. We're talking big.
Wednesday's Powerball jackpot, $291 million.
This is CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone? That's right. Pure Talk has iPhone 12 starting at just $479 through the end of the year. And sure, they have 13s too. Switch to Pure Talk. Great nationwide 5G coverage. Yes, the same coverage as the big guys, but the average family saves over $800 a year. Now that's just smart. There's no need to overpay for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. Plus, with Pure Talk's 30-day risk-free guarantee, you've got nothing to lose. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. And like I said, the iPhone 12, just $479. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill 50, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Plus, save on a new phone. That's pound 250, say Jill 50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
Discussions revolve around should have term limits on Supreme Court justices. This was a Reuters poll about lifetime appointments, and what they found was that a majority of Americans want to end lifetime appointments for the Supreme Court justices. Regardless of what we like, whether we like to see term limits or not, we have to deal with the reality of the issue is it would be very, very difficult to impose term limits.
The Art Lewis Show, weekday mornings at 9 on WSGW.
And we're back with you talking to the Midland City Manager, Brad Kaye. So, Brad, we're going to turn you into futuristic man. You're going to look in the Brad Kaye crystal ball, and you're going to tell me what Midland looks like 5 and 10 years down the road. Brad?
Let's see what I can come up with. No, certainly we look forward all the time in terms of our city government, our local planning, and certainly our needs of the community. And that's something that both our city staff as well as certainly as our do. One of our challenges, obviously we've talked about it already this morning, is infrastructure. We have to move forward and better protect our system against inundation through these more catastrophic storms that we've been having. Both 2017, of course, the dam failures in 2020 are not typical events, but we still have to prepare as best we can against those. So we'll have implemented those measures over the next 5 years.
Okay, let me stop you there for a minute. Let me stop you there just for a minute. Is it realistic to think that you can mitigate those kinds of events? Could you, what could you have done to mitigate what the flood did to Midland?
Yeah, that's a fair question too. In terms of eliminating them, no, it's not a fair expectation that we are going to eliminate any potential damage from floods that would occur in the city. The reality is that our city sits in a floodplain, we sit in a river valley, and we will continue to have storms. And as of late, it seems storms are becoming more frequent and more severe, not only here in our area, but across the country. And that's something that everybody, as far as emergency planners, are having to account for and design around. And so what we aim to do is minimize impacts, eliminate the ones that are unnecessary, and then see what we can do moving forward. What could we have done different? It's again, we've been working really on flood response since 2017 when we had about the equivalent of a 100-year storm.
Yeah.
We've been looking at our system. We've done literally tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work just to figure out what we physically can do to that system. And we're starting to implement that now. I mentioned earlier the footing drain disconnect program. That's an element of that. But we can put better storage facilities in place. We need to protect our manholes so that river water isn't flooding in and inundating our system. We can look at some of our pump stations. We had to shut down during 2020 event. And so we can see if there's ways to better protect those so that wouldn't be necessary, notwithstanding the fact that shutting them down wasn't because of the problem. It was simply after they'd been inundated. So there's many things we can do to improve it, but they're improvements. They're not elimination of the problem entirely.
All right, so let's continue on with your futuristic view of Midland.
So So the other areas that we're working a lot on are our park system. We are an area that we're blessed by, I think it's 74 parks in our community. The amount of acreage of parkland that we pretty well unprecedented in cities of our size. And it's an amenity in an area that people are concerned about and they want to see continued. So we will continue to work on it. We're improving our waterfront area, the Emerson Park area. We've done one or two phases of that already. We just actually received great news that we're looking to receive some additional grant funds from the state to help with that. So we'll be doing another phase with some improved fishing access and accessing out of the riverfront. The Downtown Development Authority will continue to grow and strengthen our downtown area because it's still the front porch to a community is your downtown. And so when it's healthy, it helps the rest of the community. But we're not going to ignore areas like South Side, which is an older commercial corridor that's in need of some help. And so we're working on that to rejuvenate it and do some of the same streetscape improvements there that will hopefully encourage and inspire reinvestment, just as it did when we did the downtown area as well. So there's many facets, many fronts that we're working on. And then the other aspect, which is the bit of the unknown, is that we're working on a master plan, a new long-range planning document for the entire community. And we're soliciting input back from the public and from the community and from the residents of the city. And so what they tell us, we're not entirely sure what that's going to be, but we will reflect the will and the desire and the as far as where we'd like to grow, not only in 5 years, but 10 and 20 years as well.
When was the last time there was a master plan done?
Well, we're required legally to update it every 5 years, but the last time that we really did a comprehensive review of the plan is probably something closer to about 30 years. So we've been reviewing it and we do regular updates, but this is the first time we've really taken it beyond the sort of traditional land use plan into something that's much more visionary, proactive, and looking to say, okay, who are we as a community, first of all, and secondly, what do we want to be into our future as a community as well. So our plan.
As you look at those master plans, and you compare that plan to where you are now, can you say the community has followed the master plan?
In general, yes. We're in pretty good shape. Again, it's really been a land use plan, and it's dealt with how do we separate out land uses, where do we locate land uses, a little bit of transportation policy in there as well. What it didn't necessarily do as good a job, though, is setting a future vision. And that's what our planning director, Grant Marshall, is working on right now, working with the community to articulate that and put it so that all of our decisions, including our infrastructure and transportation decisions, including our parks and recreation decisions, all of those are integrated into that, and so that we're all working towards a common goal.
You mentioned transportation, and there's been some discussion occasionally about regionalizing the transportation so that someone in Midland could get on a bus and go to Saginaw without having to change several times and take hours and hours to do it. Where are we with regionalization, and how important is it to Midland and the other communities around it?
Yeah, you're tight on that, because actually there's a number of discussions really just starting. We are fragmented right now, and that's really where the problem comes from. So Bay City has their own system, Saginaw has theirs, Midland County has theirs, and then the city of Midland has our own as well. And you're absolutely right. If someone were to try to jump on a bus system here in Midland and get to, say, Saginaw Valley, we were just talking about getting to the university yesterday, it can literally take hours to do that. And that's just not appropriate. It's not acceptable, and it certainly doesn't meet people's needs. So at a regional scale, there's a discussion group just starting out right now to start, at least get together and talk about, are there options to this? And if so, what do those look like? We've had discussions ourselves within Midland County about, can we do a better job between the county connection system and our DART dial-a-ride system? And is there better ways to be more efficient and provide better service? But those are very, very preliminary right now. Where they'll go, we don't really know, but the discussion at least needs to be take place, and it at least is starting.
Well, Brad, listen, I want to thank you first for spending some time with us this morning, and I wish you and yours the merriest of Christmas and happy holiday season.
Thank you. You as well. You have a great season, and stay healthy through it.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next year. All right.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, Brad. Bye-bye now. Brad Kaye, City Manager of the City of Midland. We thank you for joining us this morning. We'll have open phones now for the remainder of the hour. 989-752-6111, 866-790 WSGW. That'll put you in touch with us here on the Art Lewis Show.
Hello, this is Ron from All A's Automotive Transmission Repair. Now, All A's is an exclusive authorized repair facility for BG products and services. BG is a proprietary group of chemicals, equipment, and procedures that flush your engine's lubrication system, cooling system, and fuel injectors, increase engine's performance, efficiency, and life. So next time you schedule routine auto maintenance, ask All A's about the advantages of BG services. You'll definitely notice the difference. All A's Automotive and Transmission Repair, just 5 minutes from Dow Diamond on Corriveau Road.
Is All A's Automotive and Transmission Repair a business you can depend on?
Just moved to Midland, was dreading finding a new auto shop. Search over, came highly recommended, and I, in turn, highly recommended them.
They did a great job getting me in fast and had excellent communication with what was going on with my vehicle through diagnostic and repair.
In fact, 96% of All A's customers rank them 4 or 5 out of 5 stars. See for yourself at allaysautorepair.net. All A's Automotive and Transmission Repair, just 5 minutes on Poseyville Road.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Today's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Bay Valley's Player Lounge. You are going to get a $20 Bay Valley Players Lounge gift certificate for only $10, half off. And you have to try their awesome appetizers. They have fried zucchini, chicken wings, and bacon wrapped shrimp. They also have amazing entrees to choose from. You got to try their burgers, their smokehouse chicken sandwich, and their fish and chips. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals. Management, LLC.
Had your family's eyes checked lately? Most insurances end at the end of the year, so if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Now is the time to get that annual exam you've been putting off. Having school-age children's eyes checked can help treat possible issues with schoolwork and prevent other eye-related diseases. Associates in Eye Care welcome Dr. Engel, who is now accepting new patients. To make an appointment with Dr. Cox, Dr. Kazmarek, or Dr. Engel at their Saginaw or Hemlock location, call 792-8686. Associates in Eye Care, caring for our patients as we would want to be treated.
Celebrate the holiday season with unique and delicious business gifts from Edible Arrangements in Saginaw. From signature fruit arrangements that are handcrafted with the freshest ingredients to decadent boxes of gourmet chocolate dipped fruit. These impressive gift solutions are seriously perfect for wowing your team, your clients, and all your professional contacts. Plus, each gift can be hand-delivered right to their office. Pretty sweet, right? Visit the Edible Arrangement store in or ediblearrangements.com.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-519-0449. That's 1-800-519-0449. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-519-0449.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
This virus is called the Omicron.
News
is already spreading.
5 states now.
The school shooting in Michigan.
He's a 15-year-old male sophomore.
4 counts of first-degree murder.
News.
It's now on Russia to de-escalate the current tensions. Roe versus Wade.
How the Supreme Court will rule.
Fix the supply chain crisis.
News.
November employment report.
A huge miss. The government remains open.
News coverage on WSGW. This is the Stone Specialist Studios, 100.5 News Radio WSGW, 790 News Radio WSGW.
And we're back with you during this holiday season. Nice to have you with us on the phones. We go. Al is in Midland. Good morning, Al.
Good morning, Arthur.
Morning.
Hey, thanks for Charlie playing R.C. James. I got to hunt up my CD. I put my Christmas music away, and now it's time to dig it back out again. So
absolutely.
Hey, as to earlier, you made a comment about deliveries and things like that. You know, Amazon is doing an excellent job delivering packages. My Amazon delivery day is Tuesday, and they're amazing how good they are.
They weren't so amazing yesterday and part of today because their communication system is down. Their trucks weren't moving. They had their web service, the Amazon web service went down. And not only did it affect Amazon and its ability to deliver packages, but it also affected organizations that use Amazon to host services, we being one of them. We have one of our administrative programs that we use is hosted by Amazon, and it went down yesterday, and it's an important one. And the gal in the office who deals with it had to start dealing with real paper.
That explains why my Kindle library was loading so slow yesterday.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, that explains that.
They had a problem.
It's back up and running today.
Yeah.
Well, he delivered my Amazon package yesterday fine, so I don't know.
Was it Prime or wait a minute now? Was it Prime or was it UPS or FedEx?
Yeah, it was Amazon Prime.
Prime truck.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Supposedly they weren't moving because they were.
I even got it.
Yeah. Well, some of them maybe got communication, but most of them were idle all over the country.
You know, he says he's making buku bucks. I mean, he's raking in all the overtime he can. He loves working for Amazon. He's making a load of money.
Yeah, good. All right.
So, hey, on the economy and the inflation and stuff, if the economy continues to do what it's doing right now, I saw a prediction that the Democrats are probably going to lose 9 or 10 seats in the Senate and 12 to 15 seats in the House.
That
and
could
that's
be.
a prediction for.
If they lose 10 seats in the Senate, that would almost give the Republicans a filibuster-proof majority, which would be rare.
Well,
that
there's
would be
a lot of people upset.
Well, you know, we vote with our pocketbook, so who knows what the pocketbook's going to look like next November. But right now, anyway, that seems reasonable. All right.
People are angry at how bad this holiday season is. They really are angry. They're upset big time.
Yep. All right, Al.
I don't think they're going to
good.
tamp this down either.
All right.
Thank you, Arthur.
You
Have
bet.
a nice morning.
Take
sir.
care. Bye-bye now. And let's talk to Chris in Midland. Chris, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm back making my driving runs now that I stopped doing for a while, so I wasn't heckling you on the phone as much.
I love being heckled.
I would have loved to have been able to ask some questions of that city manager.
Oh, like what? I'll ask him next time.
No salt on the roads. Last 2 or 3 days, we've had snow. I've had to drive Saginaw Road, Bay City Road, Waldo Road, and the old Midland Road.
All right, hang on a minute.
You know,
well, here's an issue. First of all, most of those aren't city streets, are they? So that would be the county.
Yes, they are.
That would
yes,
be
they are.
There's who's responsible for? Are they numbered roads?
Yes.
Well, if they're numbered roads, then it would be the county or the state. The state highways, for example.
Oh no! I'm sorry. You're talking about like Highway 58. No, they're not numbered. I'm thinking of numbered as an addresses.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
So you're saying these are all within the city, and that the city is responsible for them?
That's my understanding.
Well,
if
I'll
they're in
ask.
the city limits. Yeah.
I'll ask next time I chat with them. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, they're. I mean, it's not just this winter. It's been several winters. They are really lax at trying to clean, get the roads taken care of, and that's just a thorn in my craw.
All right.
All right. Thanks a
I'll
lot.
bring her up. All right, Chris. Thanks. Yep. Bye-bye now. All right. The lines are open for you here on the Art Lewis Show. It is a Wednesday morning, midweek. My calendar was all screwed up. I thought today was Thursday for quite some time this morning. I want to take just a second to thank a whole bunch of people. We mentioned this on the morning team show this morning, but all this week at Covenant at 1000 Houghton, folks are gathering in the evening between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, roughly. You get there between 7:30 and 7:45. And we are doing a program called Lights for Christmas. And we shine flashlights up into the children's ward. And they shine lights back at us. And we have fire trucks and police cars and ambulances there with their lights all on. We have music at 7:45. Impact Saginaw credit unions are giving you flashlights and glow sticks. And there's donuts from Tim Hortons, and there's hot chocolate from the Covenant Group, and music. Every night a different group performs. Last night we had the Choral Society, and quite a number. Remember, 15 or 20 of them were there, and they did just a wonderful, wonderful job. Good crowd last night, and I really need to thank a number of people. First of all, the Saginaw Fire Department, when I first posed it to the chief, Tom Raines, yeah, sure, we'll be happy to participate. And I thought, okay, they'll bring a truck and they can turn the lights on. They sent 3 trucks and the battalion chief, and they blocked the roads for us. They had their lights on. They were on call. I mean, if a call came in, they'd have to go, obviously, but they did yeoman's duty for us. The City of Saginaw Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, MSP all had vehicles. MMR had a vehicle there. And it was just a wonderful evening. And even though it was, in the teens, temperature-wise, you really didn't feel it because the buildings blocked any wind. There wasn't any wind. There was no breeze. And it was just wonderful. You can still participate tonight, tomorrow, and Friday night. Same time, same place. It's 1000 Houghton, just west of the pedestrian overpass, across Houghton. And on the north side of the road is the loading dock area for the new Mary Free Bed building. That's where it all takes place, because the children's ward is right across the street, and you can shine your flashlights. And it was just a spectacular evening. Also need to thank a couple of folks who helped me from the radio station. Charlie Rood and Rick Antonio was there. And one of our fellow colleagues, Clay Pierce. Clay has been the motivator and the organizer, if you will. And also Kayla from our IT unit provided the opportunity for doing streaming. It was just a great evening. It was a fun thing to do. And a number of parents who had youngsters in the hospital came up to me and thanked me for being there and doing it. A couple of moms who had youngsters, and one Amish gentleman from Gladwin who had a brand new baby in the ward. He was hoping to be able to go home Friday. And it was heartwarming. It really was. It was just a fun thing to do. And last but not least, the Covenant staff and Carol Cottrell, who's director of the Covenant Foundation and responsible for Covenant Kids, did yeoman's duty. I mean, it was just special. I may have to go down another night this week just for the fun of it. All right, we're going to take a break and then come back with more here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW for this. It is a Wednesday, right? I kid you not. I keep telling myself that it was Thursday, and I don't know why. But anyway, we will take a break, and then we'll be back with more on the program.
Give yourself a bright future for 2022 and beyond by choosing a top-rated Medicare Advantage plan. Blue Cross PPO received a 4.5 out of 5-star rating, and Blue Care Network HMO received 5 stars, Medicare's highest star rating. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Star ratings are calculated each year and may change from one year to the next. Medicare Plus Blue and BCN Advantage are PPO, HMO POS, and HMO plans with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Medicare Plus Blue and BCN Advantage depends on contract renewal.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
What can give you a competitive edge in today's red-hot housing market? Rocket can. That's because Rocket Mortgage can give you a verified approval. It could help your offer stand out. Rocket Technology provides a rock-solid verification of your income, assets, and credit, giving sellers greater confidence in you. Go to rocketmortgage.com or call us today at 8338.
Approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information, appraisal, and title report. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
The WSW online poll, guns for school staff. The state of Michigan representative is Steve Cara, a Republican from Three Rivers, says he's planning to introduce legislation at some point to allow schools to maintain lock boxes for any staff that's willing to store lawfully owned firearms, tasers, for the purpose of protecting students and others from imminent and malicious harm. His proposal will be written to allow lock boxes at K-12 schools, colleges, other educational institutions, both public and private. So our poll question, would you support this type of legislation for school staff to have a firearm or taser in a lockbox for the purpose of protecting students from harm? Yes, no, I'm not sure. We want you to vote, please. Head to WSW.com, scroll down the homepage, find the poll box and vote that way. We'll find out.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on 190 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show,
that Jake Sullivan guy is trying to reassure us on Russia.
The national security advisor who's never shaved once in his life.
Markley Van Camp and Robbins, weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. The minutes remaining in this hour. Next hour, we're going to talk about Winter Wonderland in Thomas Township with a couple of guests. But for the remainder of this hour anyway, a couple of notes here. First of all, the House, Congress, has passed an agreement on a deal to allow Democrats to address the debt ceiling without Republican votes, and that's what the Republicans have wanted all along. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer apparently came to an agreement Tuesday. This would create a one-time process, so it could only happen once, to allow Senate Democrats to raise the debt ceiling on their own without fear of a Republican filibuster or other procedural hurdles. And it also specifies there will be no reductions in Medicare cuts, which could happen otherwise. It'll be interesting to see how well this works, because the other issue is, will the Democrats get all of their Democrats to support it? There has been some question as to whether Manchin and Sinemarin will support it. Time will tell. The other one, of course, is the Build Back Better plan that the president has put forth. The family infrastructure bill, we can call it that, I guess, which is a $1.75 trillion affair that the administration has said will cost us $0, but their very own Congressional Budget Office scored it at millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in cost. And as it stands right now, anyway, the only way it will get through the Senate is by reconciliation, which is used on financial matters, can't be used for certain other things, but can be used on budgetary and financial matters. But there's no guarantee, because in that one, Senator Manchin has said no, he isn't going to vote for it. And Senator Simmerman, same thing. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually get that done. Got time to talk to John in Midland before we have to take a break. John, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
A little off topic, but I wanted to get your opinion about the push toward electric vehicles and renewable energies. And my question is, does anyone ever ask these Congress people what the cost of this is going to be on a monthly basis for your energy bill? Because if you're getting rid of and you're going toward renewables and you're pushing the electric grid because you're going to have all these electric vehicles, I mean, I don't know how it's going to sustain it. The other thing is, how expensive is your monthly bill going to be?
Well, we haven't. They don't talk about the money yet. They do say they have the capacity. And, for those with electric vehicles, the increased cost in electricity will make up for the lack of cost for gasoline. But the question then is, how do they recover gas tax?
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. I'll tell you what, we'll talk more about it next hour because I've got to go. I'm out of time now, John, but I'll bring it up next hour and we'll talk again. Got to run. We will be back to close out the hour right after these notes.
Tackle top jobs with Bosch power tools and accessories from Menards. From the workshop to the job site, Bosch packs the performance you need to get the job done right. With Menards' trusted team and huge selection of over 500 Bosch power tools and accessories, finding the right tools is easy. Save big on Bosch tools and accessories. Good through December. A Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Get huge savings with fuel rewards every time you fill up at one of your 26 area Forward Shell convenience stores. Get at least 5 cents off a gallon every single fill up and earn even more when you make purchases in store. You can regularly save 10, 20, even 30 cents off a gallon, which means less money goes into your tank and more stays into your wallet. Visit fuelrewards.com to sign up and start saving today. That's Fuel Rewards at your area Forward Shell convenience stores. And remember, when you want to pay less at the pub, go forward.
Give the gift they want. The iPhone 12 from Pure Talk for just $479. Pure Talk gives you great prices and great 5G coverage with unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data for just $30 a month. The average family saves over $800 a year. Just dial pound 250 and say Jill 50, and you'll save 50% off your first month and save on a new iPhone. Dial pound 250 and say Jill 50. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
You have an opportunity to make this holiday season very special for some very special children. You are invited to join WSGW and our Alpha Media Foundations, along with Covenant Kids, Tim Hortons, and Impact Saginaw Credit Unions for Lights Before Christmas. During the week of December 6th through the 10th, each night at 8 p.m., lights will be shined for 2 minutes towards the windows where kids are hospitalized at Covenant Healthcare in Saginaw. You can bring your own light shining device, and for the first 100 attendees, free flashlights will be given away. Fire departments, police, MMR will all shine lights too. Plus, with your help, each child will receive a toy, as you can donate new, unwrapped toys at Covenant Healthcare or participating Tim Hortons or Impact Saginaw Credit Union locations. For specific toys and all the information you need, Please visit WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and click on the Lights Before Christmas box.
All right, that's going to do it for this hour. We'll be back with more next hour. Coming up, we have news from CBS and the local report. We'll be back to talk to you right after the news.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Hopeful findings on the efficacy of its COVID vaccine on the newest variant. When coupled with boosters, the manufacturer says a lab study shows it neutralizes Omicron, but a 2-dose regimen is less effective. CBS's Dr. David Agus.
25% of adults in the United States now have received this booster, and the numbers are going up significantly. The Omicron has pushed it and get that booster. What do I have to do? Respects is a positive.
Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri will appear before a Senate panel today, hoping to convince lawmakers his platform is doing all it can to protect young social media users. But Connecticut Democrat Richard Blumenthal isn't having it.
Not only do they know that their destructive content is driving kids down these rabbit holes to eating disorders and self-harm, even suicide, but they're profiting from it.
Yesterday, Instagram announced a new feature that will urge teenagers to take breaks when they've been scrolling for long periods of time. Vladimir Putin is putting his spin on yesterday's virtual call with President Biden. He says the talks were open and constructive, but the Russian leader calls suggestions his country is planning to attack Ukraine provocative. A case of mistaken identity in France. Police say they've released a man with the same name as a suspect in the murder of a Saudi critic. Correspondent Elaine Cobb from Paris.
The Paris prosecutor has confirmed that the man detained at the airport yesterday is not the man wanted in connection with the 2018 murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The man has now been released and is free to travel.
A new political day has dawned in Germany. CBS's Vicky Barker is at the foreign desk.
Herrn Olaf Scholz. The moment Olaf Scholz was confirmed as Germany's new chancellor. Watching from the visitors gallery, Frau Dr. Angela Merkel. Sustained applause for the woman who led Europe's biggest economy for 16 years. Merkel's center-right government now replaced by a new center-left coalition charting a new course whose direction isn't yet clear.
A top tennis star is bowing out of January's Australian Open. Serena Williams says she's acting on the advice of her medical team. Reporter Scott Mayman from Brisbane.
In a statement, she says she's not physically to compete. Officials in Australia reluctantly accepting her decision.
Serena is 40 now. She hasn't played since she left her first-round match at Wimbledon with a hamstring injury. She won the last of her 23 Grand Slam singles titles at the Australian Open in 2017. This is CBS News.
With Indeed Instant Match, just sponsor a post and immediately receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information. Sleep.com.
Give the gift they want this year. A new iPhone 12 from Pure Talk for just $479. Pure Talk gives you great prices and great 5G coverage with unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data for just $30 a month. The average family saves over $800 a year. Just dial pound 250 and say Jill 50, and you'll save 50% off your first month and save on a new iPhone. Dial pound 250 and say Jill 50. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Today's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Bay Valley's Player Lounge. You are going to get a $20 Bay Valley Players Lounge gift certificate for only $10, half off. And you have to try their awesome appetizers. They have fried zucchini, chicken wings, and bacon-wrapped shrimp. They also have amazing entrees to choose from. You got to try their burgers, their smokehouse chicken sandwich, and their fish and chips. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
Plus.com.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and snow and 23 degrees at 7:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Percha. State Representative Timmy Beeson of Bangor Township has been named Freshman Legislator of the Year by the Michigan Information and Research Service, a leading political newsletter covering state government. In the MIRS podcast announcing the award, Beeson's work ethic and several of his legislative initiatives were cited. His advocacy for small business, his work on the budget through his service on the House Appropriations Committee, and his efforts to help retain and recruit police officers were all mentioned as reasons for the recognition. Beeson said it's his honor to serve Bay County residents, and the community's needs are his priority. Beeson represents the 96th House District, which includes the city of Bay City and Essexville, and the townships of Bangor, Frankenlust, Hampton, Cuckolin, Merritt, Monitor, and Portsmouth. The Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe has voted in a new tribal chief. On Tuesday, the tribal board voted Teresa Peters Jackson for a 2-year term ending in 2023. Secret ballots were cast, and the following council members were elected for the remaining executive council positions: Sub-Chief Jennifer Vasquez, Secretary Martha Wemigwans, and Treasurer Gail Rule. Dave Merrill Jr. was elected to serve as the Sergeant-at-Arms, and Alice Jo Ricketts will serve as the Tribal Chaplain. Samantha Chipaway, Frank Cloutier, Ron Nelson, Mary Quingo, Diana Quingo Grundall, and Luke Sprague are the other elected tribal council members who will serve alongside the newly seated Executive Council. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
Take a sleigh ride with the Beach Boys at Soaring Eagle Casino. Friday night, December 17th. Make it an unforgettable holiday with the Beach Boys. Was a jolly happy soul with a good top pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. The Beach Boys, holiday classics and greatest hits.
Surfing USA. I get around.
Tickets start at $24. On sale now at the Soaring Eagle and Eagles Landing box offices or online at etix.com.
I'll be home for Christmas.
Tickets on sale Saturday at Soaring Eagle Casino. Details at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. The media is suing the state's redistricting commission, demanding greater transparency. A number of local papers, along with the Michigan Press Association, is asking the Michigan Supreme Court to require the commission to release a recording of the group's private discussion of voting rights issues with its lawyers. Also, to share memos it was using while drafting proposed maps. On top of that, the media wants the group to no longer meet behind closed doors. Maps being drawn and how Michigan voters are represented in Washington and Lansing for the next decade. No shots were fired and no injuries were reported following reports of an incident Tuesday morning at Walled Lake Central High School. Here's Captain Dale Miller with the Oakland County Sheriff's Department.
A student heard through a rumor mill that there was going to be a disruption at school. He reported it to the office. The office then immediately went into lockdown and called the sheriff's office. We have to err on the side of abundance of caution, I believe.
Miller says during the lockdown, people may have mistaken the sound as gunfire. Multiple departments responded to the school. The building was searched. Miller says the school did everything right in the situation. A memorial to celebrate police officers who have fallen in the line of duty will be held tonight in Bay City. Project Blue Light recognizes and honors those officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice, plus those who are currently serving to keep streets safe from criminal activity. The ceremony will be held at 7 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church at 805 Center Avenue. For more information, call 989-667-3285, extension 57. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 1010. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Mostly cloudy skies here for today with a high in the low 30s. Winds out of the south around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies develop, a low around 19. Thursday, a chance for some snow showers here late, cloudy skies, a high around 36 degrees. Then by Friday, we'll have a chance for some rain showers here late with cloudy skies, a high around 43. Saturday, chance 48 degrees. Then by Sunday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 41. By Monday, mostly sunny, high 46. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 24.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. Coming to you from my Saginaw Spirit Home studio. Our program brought to you by Linda Shepard at Pinnacle Realty. 989-295-7713 is the number to call for all of your residential and commercial real estate needs. Or stop in at the Point, M46 and M47, the former ISD building, where Pinnacle Realty is located. And also located there is Cafe 476 with delicious soups, foods, and beverages. We're going to spend a little time this hour talking about some events coming up in the township I live in, Thomas Township. We're going to do that with a couple of folks. First of all, we say good morning to the Director of Parks and Recreation. We say good morning to John Corriveau. John, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
We're doing well. Thanks for joining us. Also with us this morning is Tim Roenicke, and we will talk more about the Roenicke Light Show coming up this morning, too. And we say good morning to Tim.
Good morning, Art.
Thanks for being with us this morning. All right, let's talk about, this is sort of an annual event in Thomas Township, the Winter Wonderland. How did it come about, and what is it about?
So, as you know, the Haunted Train was probably our biggest fundraiser out at Roenicke Park. So when I've been here 13 years now, which is hard to believe, I wanted to do something else with our train, so we created the Christmas train. The problem that we have with the Christmas train was Mother Nature.
Yeah.
She always made it hard. So in 2020, when COVID hit, we couldn't do anything. I mean, it really, really got shut down. The train is considered an amusement ride. We weren't allowed to operate it. But I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to not do anything. So I said, why don't we put the lights up in Roberts Park and we'll let people drive through it. And we had started talking to Tim, who was doing a light show right up the road from our office, and said, hey, Tim, why don't you come decorate Roberts Park and set up your event in Roberts Park, and then we'll create a winter place for people. And it was a huge success.
Tell everybody, people are, I think most people that have come to it know where Roenicke Park is. Tell them where Roberts Park is.
So Roberts Park is at 455 South Miller. Used to be the home of the Shields Men's Club was there. Right. It's right just before you get to the Swan Valley High School. It's a very large park. We've doubled it in size in the past several years.
And Tim, the Roenicke Light Show, this is all done to music, isn't it?
This is all choreographed music. Yep.
Where else has it been?
So we actually started out, John kind of told the tale. We started out on Unidrive right up North Miller Road there in Thomas Township. And yeah, we got started about 5 years ago. And like John said, we ended up connecting last year on it. It was just kind of perfect timing. We were kind of outgrowing our location there. We've got wonderful neighbors, and they put up with us for a long time, but it worked out perfect. We needed to grow, and obviously, like John was saying, they needed to kind of grow the opportunities for the township to move something into Roberts Park. So it worked out really, really well.
Yeah, now, John, the Winter Wonderland is scheduled December 9th through the 11th. But Tim, your light show goes on till the end of the year, doesn't it?
Yep. So we're a part of Winter Wonderland with John and the crew, and then we continue on the 12th through the 31st of December.
So what's unique about Winter Wonderland, John?
So we're going to have Santa Claus and Buddy the Elf, who will be under our soccer complex pavilion, getting their pictures taken so kids can come, parents can get their picture taken with Santa and Buddy. They'll be able to get their picture right there. We're going to have an arts and crafts tent, so you can take your picture, go into the arts and crafts tent. You build this little holiday frame to hold your picture. We're going to have a bonfire. We're going to be selling s'mores. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have the hay rides, the hay wagons. They're going to be taking people down through the lights and back. Tim's show's going to be going. His music that matches his show will be playing in the park and on the hay wagons. So you'll be able to hear that and watch his show while on the hay wagons. It's really going to be a pretty neat event the way we see it. And then, Garber Chevrolet, when this all happened, we're Parks and Rec. We don't have money. So when we got this idea, I went to Garber Chevrolet and I said, Mike, I need a sponsor. And he said, absolutely. And then I went to Hemlock Semiconductor and they said, absolutely. And I went to Fullerton Tool, which is where Tim works, and they said, absolutely. And we got some really good sponsors and backing, which is the only way we make this stuff happen. I don't have the ability to do it. And then all of these sites this is people volunteering. These are classrooms. These are businesses. These are individuals who are taking their own stuff and setting it up in our park. We provide the generator, but we're not the ones decorating. It's businesses. It's the community who is doing all these decorations. And then we just provide the lights, the power, and it's amazing. It really is.
So give us an idea. Someone coming down, Tim, to see your light show. Does your light show cycle continuously, or is it at set times?
Yeah. So for the Winter Wonderland, it's at we basically keep rolling the music every 20 minutes for the Winter Wonderland, so it's just on repeat, where people can actually come. John, they've got bleachers set up in front of the show where they can come and sit down, and then that cycle just repeats. Yep.
After Winter Wonderland is over, though, can you see it from your car?
Yeah, so after Winter Wonderland is over, from the 12th to the 31st, they'll still come in Roberts Park. They'll come in that main entryway, and then there's a soccer pavilion there with a parking lot. They just pull into that parking lot there, and then they can view the show from there. We've got signs that will let them know the radio station that they actually tune to, and they can just sit in their car and enjoy the music.
So you can hear the music in your car.
You got it. Yep.
Yes.
Interesting. How long does the show run? The light show?
Yeah, for Winter Wonderland, it's a 20-minute show for that event that'll cycle on repeat, and then we taper that down for the 12th through the 31st, just to kind of keep traffic flowing and everything. It's between 10 and 12 minutes for those events.
And John, the event, the 9th through the 11th, the Winter Wonderland itself, what time does it run?
So we formed a committee to kind of talk about how we wanted to do this, because last year the success, everybody got to stay in their car. And they got to drive through, because with COVID, we wanted to keep people apart.
Right.
And then when we were originally talking about just doing hay rides, hay wagons, and charging $5 per person to ride the hay wagons, because this is a fundraiser for our parks, all of a sudden, somebody said, well, what about people that don't want to climb up on a hay wagon? What about all those people that got to enjoy the lights, that they did it because they got to stay in their car? So tomorrow is drive-through only. You come in your car, you pay $10 per car, and you get to drive through the lights from the comfort of your car. So we're providing Thursday for those people that don't want to get out of their car, they don't want to see Santa, They just want to come through, donate to the parks, and enjoy the lights. Friday, they're going to come, and we're going to strongly encourage people to park at Swan Valley High School, 8400 O'Hearn Road, because our grass field with this weather is getting kind of soft. And we'll shuttle them via school bus to the park, drop them off, pick them up, bring them back to their car. And then we will be running the hay wagons and everything right from Roberts Park. The event's going to go from 5 to 9. Now, there's fireworks at 7:30. Both Friday and Saturday, we're going to have a fireworks show, 10-minute fireworks show. And then the hay wagons will continue running. Now, let's say we have 1,000 people show up and they want to keep riding the hay wagons. We're going to keep the hay wagons going. We're not going to stop.
Keep the money coming, in other words.
Yeah, this is a fundraiser. Again, this is to support our park. So we'll keep them hay wagons running until everybody's had a chance to ride them.
Yeah, and Tim, after the Winter Wonderland is over, beginning on the 12th, is your event, the light show, a donation kind of thing?
Yep. So we take donations from the 12th to the 31st. That helps local nonprofits like Swan Valley Pay It Forward, and so we help and donate to them. All those proceeds go to that.
All right, guys, hang on. I want to take a break, come back, talk a little more with you as we talk about Winter Wonderland in Thomas Township here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW. We'll be back.
At Midland Furniture Garage, personal service and great design is everywhere and within all budgets. Our premium style, high quality furniture can be customized for maximum comfort. Discover our recliners, window treatments, sofas, and more by Stressless, Norwalk, Hunter Douglas, and others. Come into Midland Furniture Garage, Midland's creative source, and see what's possible for yourself. Midland Furniture Garage, 34 Ashman Circle in Midland, and online at midlandfurnituregarage.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here always giving you the deals that you need. You can get tons of half-off deals going on right now from Uplift Creative Center, Joyce's Purple Palette, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true.
RocketGrabPlus.com. It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them, and you cannot rely on them. Be vigilant and seek medical advice. Fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened higher, building on yesterday's gains. Visa shares are higher after the company launched a cryptocurrency advisory service for banks, merchants, and other clients. Reports in Japan say Apple has been dealing with supply chain issues and power supply restrictions in China. The report claims Apple's iPhone 13 production was 20% short of targets in September and October. Porsche could become its own company with its own stock. Reuters says Volkswagen is considering listing its Porsche luxury car unit to help raise money for its transition into electric vehicles. The founding families, who own more than half of Volkswagen, would remain VW's largest shareholder. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
This year, the Tuttle to Towers Foundation is honoring heroes with 200 mortgage-free homes, a never-forget walk, more than 500 miles through 6 states in 42 days, culminating at Ground Zero on 9/11, Towers of Light tributes, a ceremony to read names aloud for those lost to 9/11 illness, and names of all lost in the War on Terror are being read on Veterans Day. Donate $11 a month at t2t.org.
Are you aware the average person blinks 1,000 times an hour? Who cares? Just be aware of the Powerball jackpot. We're talking big.
Wednesday's Powerball jackpot, $291 million.
Though many people are doing okay today, there are still many people experiencing difficulties in the community. Here is a reminder for you of a free community resource. You are encouraged to needing extra support. 211 is a public service number for all non-emergency needs. You can call it anytime, any day, and an agent will connect you with whatever it is you're looking for. Food, financial assistance, housing support, clothing, transportation. All you need to do is dial 211 or text your zip code to 898-211 to get connected. Looking for a COVID testing location? Need help paying your bills? Is food in short supply for your family? Dial 211 to talk to a compassionate, highly trained agent who is ready to connect you with local resources. It is a free and confidential service to help you overcome obstacles of all sizes. This message is brought to you by the Saginaw for good forever.
And we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show. We're talking to John Corriveau, who is the director of Thomas Township Parks and Recreation, and also talking to Tim Roenicke about his light show that will happen at Roberts Park. John, let's talk just for a minute about the shape of Thomas Township Parks and how many we have in the township.
Well, we have
because I live here. I'm sitting in my Thomas Township home studio right now. So go ahead.
Well, we have 5 parks. We have Roenicke, which is where the train is. That's probably the haunted train. Been running over for 50 years out there. That haunted train has been running at Roenicke Park. We have Roberts Park, which is where this Winter Wonderland event is. We have Community Park, which is right here at our main campus at Thomas Township, where our offices are. We have Day Park, which is where the sledding hill is. And then we have the new nature preserve, which is where, if you go back in time, the Hidden Hollow Golf Course used to be there. Heritage Insurance Building. It's a real neat building built right over the top of the Roenicke Drain. That's going to be our nature center and preserve down there. We've gotten a few grants. We're doing some work on that. We're hoping to have that open within the next year. So there's a lot going on in Thomas Township.
Let's talk about the train for a minute because it's idle. Any plans to run it in the winter?
No, not this winter. We actually bought a second train. We had a barn find. We actually found another miniature train, a G16, a Santa Fe, which is the same as ours. We were able to purchase that train. Again, our friends from Garber, Mike, they got it painted for us. We had Dale Strobel at Strobel Automotive, worked on the motor. Paul Sopak, who's our mechanic. And we're going to have that new train ready for June. So for next year's haunted train ride, we, God willing, are going to have 2 trains running, which will then speed up how fast we can get people through. Because we know we had 1,000 people come on Saturday. And it's so hard to push people through, Yeah, this will give us the ability to double the rate of people that we can get through for that event. Again, one of the biggest fundraisers we have.
You're going to need a signaling system on that rail.
Yeah, there's a lot of hurdles. I'm learning a lot about being an amusement guy. So
it's true. It's classified as an amusement ride, isn't it? So you have
it is an amusement ride. Both trains are
inspected and all that.
Yeah, both trains are licensed amusement rides.
Wow. So, how long is that loop?
That's a mile. It's a mile. And when we got the new train, the barn find, it came with all the track. So we really could set up a whole nother mile of track with the other train.
Wow.
It's more work than I want to do right now, but
we do have the
track stored. We do have the track stored. So
where is this barn? Where was it?
The barn was in Rose City. It's a really neat story.
Really?
So a guy, Paul, our mechanic, was driving through Rose City, and he looked over at this dilapidated caving-in barn, and he noticed what looked to be a train car. So he pulled over, walked over in this literally caving-in barn, and he like, holy cow, that's a G16 train.
Wow.
I went across the street to the Mason Lumber building. They were the owners. Now, the Masons' daughter, Nancy, lived in Clare and married a buddy of mine. So I let people know I found this train, and Nancy goes, "That's my dad's train."
That's
wow.
So really a small
awesome.
world, really a small world. And they were very excited for us because their dad really loved that train. He never really got to use it. He passed away due to illness. That we were going to put it in a park where kids and families could enjoy that train. And once we get that train running, we're going to invite the Mason family down to be there for when that train runs its first lap.
So initially you plan to put the two trains on the 1 mile loop.
Yes, we'll have a spur where they'll sit next to each other to be loaded. Then they'll go around the track. For right now, I have to do them one at a time. So one train will go around, and the moment it stops, the second train will go. Once I install a signaling system around the track.
I wasn't kidding about that.
No, it's in. So right now, for me, I have to stop one completely, drive the other one, and then once that one stops, drive the other one. But eventually, I'll run them both at the same time.
Tim, is your light story as complicated as that?
I was going to tell John, I mean, I know a light guy if you need help with the signaling, but no, but honestly, it's as inspiring. I mean, it's really, really cool how all that kind of stuff connects and works itself out. And I think the light show is one of those stories too, Art, where, you know, we got started 5 years ago and I was just tinkering around with lights. I had a buddy that had gotten into it and said, man, I really think this is your neck of the woods. And so 5 years ago, we threw a few lights on the house and the journey kind of started. It was just me at that point. And slowly but surely, you know, my wife got involved. She helps me a lot with all the scripting and putting all the music and the choreography together. You know, my dad got involved, you know, helping me with all the construction. You know, I'm a geek, certainly not a builder. So, I mean, I need that help in that area. So love that. And then the kids, they do voiceover work and stuff to kind of tell the story of the light show as it goes all the way through. And so as we kind of alluded to earlier on, we just kind of outgrew Una Road where we were at. And no kidding, you know, COVID kind of hit. We were thinking, you know, how are we going to continue to grow this in years to come? We were starting to get to the point where, again, we have wonderful neighbors. They were very, very tolerant of all the traffic, but, you know, it was weighing heavy on me that, you know, we got to try to find a solution. And, you know, in August of that year, John got a hold of us and said, are you guys interested? We're looking to move, you know, out of Roenicke to Roberts and create. And this is awesome. It truly is awesome because, as John alluded to, with all the static displays and all of this, it's really become an entire community event. You know, it's Parks and Recs, it's us, but it's, I mean, we've got classrooms from the elementary, from the school systems that are putting this stuff up, businesses that are coming out and donating, you know, to this stuff. And ultimately that was something that I always wanted when we started this thing 5 years ago is, man, wouldn't it be cool if this grew into something that you can get more people in the community around? And really hats off to Township Parks and Recs and John and his crew and all the people there, because we're really, I think we're really seeing it start to manifest into something that's really going to be cool.
I got to believe in your light show, there's got to be a computer involved.
Yeah, there's a few hard.
Yeah. Wires everywhere.
And wires everywhere.
Wires everywhere. Yeah.
Yes.
But Art, so we, you know, we're so lucky to have Tim, and we've been aware of him. He's been on our radar because of, you know, how nice of a show he had. And, you know, we have a plan, and we were so happy when Tim, you know, agreed to come over to our park, because our goal is to make this a big event. I mean, we want this to maybe be a week-long event at the park. We really have aspirations to grow this event. And Thomas Township Kiwanis donated money to Tim to buy lights. We've helped him grow, and we will continue to help him grow. We figured we've built around Tim. Tim's the star, and his show, which is amazing. And we're just building around him. And, you know, we're going to help him be successful. and grow in our park. And we're happy that we can provide space for so he can grow. But this is just the beginning. I mean, we really have aspirations to be bigger and better every year.
So this year, anyway, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tomorrow, Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
And
Thursday, drive-through only, $10 a car.
Right.
Friday and Saturday, $5 a person.
And you'll be shuttled over on Friday.
You'll be shuttled over from Swan Valley School, yes.
And then after that, Tim, what time do you start your light show?
Yeah, so on the 12th through the 31st, we'll be running from 5:30 to 10 o'clock. Again, you just come in that main Roberts Park entrance off of Miller there and park right in that soccer parking lot.
No charge to get in, but a donation asked when you leave, huh?
Yep, we'd love it if you can donate, but if not, just bring the family out and have a good time.
All right. Guys, listen, thanks for being with us today. John, thank you much. Appreciate it. Love the parks. Tim, love the light show. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it, Art.
All right, thank you, Art.
Appreciate it. Take care, guys. Bye-bye
You
now.
too.
Bye-bye.
And we thank them for joining us today. And if you have a chance, take advantage of the Winter Wonderland at Roberts Park again on South Miller Road here in Thomas Township. We'll take a break, come back, open phones for the remainder of the hour, 989-752-6111. And, of course, toll-free is 866-790-WSGW inside the state of Michigan. We will be right back after these notes.
Give yourself a bright future for 2022 and beyond by choosing a top-rated Medicare Advantage plan. Blue Cross PPO received a 4.5 out of 5-star rating, and Blue Care Network HMO received 5 stars, Medicare's highest star rating. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Star ratings are calculated each year and may change from one year to the next. Medicare Plus Blue and BCN Advantage are PPO, HMO POS, and HMO plans with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Medicare Plus Blue and BCN Advantage depends on contract renewal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Today's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Bay Valley's Player Lounge. You are going to get a $20 Bay Valley Players Lounge gift certificate for only $10, half off. And you have to try their awesome appetizers. They have fried zucchini, chicken wings, and bacon-wrapped shrimp. They also have amazing entrees to choose from. You got to try their burgers, their smokehouse chicken sandwich, and their fish and chips. Plus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
You have an opportunity to make this holiday season very special. Some very special children. You are invited to join WSGW and our Alpha Media family of stations, along with Covenant Kids, Tim Hortons, and Impact Saginaw Credit Unions for Lights Before Christmas. During the week of December 6th through the 10th, each night at 8 p.m., lights will be shined for 2 minutes towards the windows where kids are hospitalized at Covenant Healthcare in Saginaw. You can bring your own light shining device, and for the first 100 attendees, free flashlights will be given away. Fire departments, police, MMR will all shine lights too. Plus, with your help, each child will receive a toy, as you can donate new, unwrapped toys at Covenant Healthcare or participating Tim Hortons or Impact Saginaw Credit Union locations. For specific toy donation locations and all the information, visit WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and click on the Lights Before Christmas box.
There's a confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID. But one thing is for sure, whether or not you're vaccinated, you need an accurate thermometer. Contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever, the leading sign of COVID and the flu. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Be vigilant and don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
Carlos Santana. Saturday, April 16th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Party and play with the guitar god, Santana. Tickets start at $66.50 on sale Saturday at the box offices or online at etix.com. Santana, the legend is live. Santana, Saturday. Soaring Eagle Casino. Details at soaringeaglecasino.com.
Direct from the Storm Specialist Studios, this is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Lines open for you, whatever you'd like to chat about. There's a story, Elon Musk, who owns Tesla and SpaceX and all that good stuff, is a brilliant man. There's no two ways about it. Brilliant, brilliant man. Probably a little unique in his personality, but a lot of brilliant people are. He has a company called Neuralink. If you haven't heard about this, Neuralink is creating a brain interface technology, a chip that would be placed in your brain with specific medical purposes. And they are hoping to have one implanted in a human in 2022. They've had them in monkeys and they work. Their targets right now are folks that are tetraplegics, quadriplegics, those with serious spinal injuries. What the story doesn't tell me is what this chip will do for these folks. Does it somehow stimulate the muscles that you can't use because of the spinal cord injury? I don't know the answer to that. I'd like to know the answer to that. But can you imagine if that would work and you could implant a device in someone's brain which would stimulate the proper nerves to regain function? It's mind-blowing. But yet, in this world we live in today, with the advancement in technology far outpacing our ability to understand it all, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise at all that someone like a Musk, who has the wherewithal to do it, is working on this kind of a project. So he indicates that Neuralink hopes to start implanting its brain chips in humans in 2022. Now, that's later than he originally wanted to do it. But he thinks 2022 is reasonable in terms of actually getting it done. So we'll have to keep our eye on it, see what happens. Well, this is a story we would not have read probably a year and a half ago. Not from Governor Whitmer anyway. But here is the headline from the Detroit Free Press. Governor Whitmer says President Biden's COVID-19 vaccine mandate a problem, the report says. And these are pretty strong public remarks coming from the governor. And she thinks that his mandate is a problem for her and state government, according to published reports. And we know that she has softened her stance on how to attack the COVID problem. We don't hear mandates coming from her anymore. We don't hear lockdowns coming from her anymore. We don't hear restrictions coming from her anymore. Basically, She advises us to do the right thing. She's not mandating masks. Suggests you wear them, which is fine. She's not mandating lockdowns and closures, which is fine. It's a 180 from what she did early on in the pandemic. Now, couple that with the fact the state is leading the nation in new cases, new COVID cases, although we've not seen the Omicron variant here in Michigan yet. But we do have the Delta variant, and hospitals are feeling the pinch, so to speak. But she has refrained from going back to where she was at the beginning of the crisis. So, I mean, from a lot of people's standpoint, that's a good thing. But again, the state right now is showing the highest number of new cases around the country. Also today, there was word from Pfizer that they suggest that you really need the third booster, protect yourself against all the new variants out there. And they really are strongly suggesting that those with the first two Pfizers get a third Pfizer booster shot. We did it when it became available, and I know a lot of my friends have done it and feel confident about it. And part of this vaccine thing is a psychology. There is a certain psychology to protecting yourself. You have to be careful not to be foolish about it, because there are breakthrough cases. People who are vaccinated have gotten COVID. But by far and away, the overwhelming majority do not. And you develop a certain confidence. I've had the booster. I've had my flu shot. That's not to say I won't get sick. Who knows? You don't know. But I feel a lot more confident that even if I did get sick, it wouldn't be severe. Now, again, as I have said many, many, many times on this program, I am not telling you to get vaccinated. I'm telling you to talk to your doctor and follow the advice of your own practitioner. Don't rely on talk show hosts for your advice. Don't rely on politicians, particularly for your advice. Rely on your medical professionals. That's what I do when I get sick. I would hope that's what you would do. Take a break. We will be back with more. It's the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW.
Home is a feeling of security and the place you want to come back to again and again. Kapoco Community Credit Union wants to be your home for any of your lending needs. Whether it is a new car, school, or even a new home, Kapoco is there for you. And with features like e-sign, contactless lending, and skip-a-pay, it makes choosing easy. See a Kapoco Community Credit Union loan officer today and ask how they can help. Find out more at kapoco.org, an equal housing lender. Member NCUA.
Linex has been the only place to go for quality spray-on bed liner. But did you know they also offer rust-proofing and undercoating?
Their exclusive process will keep your new or used vehicle protected.
The guys at Linex have the only wax-based rust-proofing and military-spec undercoat to ensure years of protection.
In fact, all new vehicles protected will get a lifetime warranty, no yearly touch-up required.
And because their rust-proofing process is wax-based, you won't have any long-term dripping or mess to clean up later. Rust-proof your car, truck, or SUV and protect it year-round.
Linex is located at Wilder Road in Bay City.
Give them a call at 989-671-98 or call them at their Grand Blanc location, 810-695-9000.
Remember, your new car, truck, or SUV gets a lifetime warranty with no yearly touch-up required.
Again, the number in Bay City is 989-671-9820 or in Grand Blanc, 810-695-9000.
Hi,
Hi, this is Mary Ann from Warden Interior Frankenmuth. The beauty of the Christmas season is that it can remind us all of the beauty in life that we take for granted, our family, our friends, and our faith. And this is a perfect time to remind all of our customers how much we appreciate your business during the year. And I'd like to take this moment to wish you a wonderful season filled with the people and traditions that mean the most. So from our family, may you be blessed with the most important gift this Christmas, the love of our Lord Jesus Christ. Warden Interiors on North Main Street in Frankenmuth will help you bring it all together.
A lot goes into keeping a precision operation moving. The inputs you choose have to deliver results. Delaro Complete Fungicide from Bayer offers unmatched consistency and the most complete disease control available. Your corn and soybeans are protected and yields higher, even in unpredictable conditions. With Delaro Complete, you get results you can count on to help keep your precision operation running smoothly. Always read and follow label instructions. To learn more, visit Delaro Complete.
If you'd have told me when I took over the farm that I'd be using remanufactured parts to get my equipment back in the field, I said, no way, no how. Using Case IH remanufactured parts from CNH Industrial has been one of the best decisions I've ever made for my farm. And I've been doing this close to 40 years. They don't do the gimmicks or hat tricks, just the good parts you need at a good price to confidently get you back out there.
Visit your local authorized Case IH Ag dealership today to find the remanufactured solution for your equipment.
You can hear about the cultural contributions and concerns of the Hispanic community in the Great Lakes Bay region on one of these new public affairs programs. I'm Larry Rodarte, publisher of Mi Gente magazine, and I'm inviting you to join us for Mi Gente on air Sunday evenings at 8 p.m.
A little music of the season to bring us back. And we have a few minutes left for you to get in. Call if you want to chat about something. I picked this up. This worries me, and I'll explain why. But the headline is Conservatives prepare new proposal for a constitutional convention. And in order for it to happen, 2/3 of the state must pass a call to have a constitutional convention. I am not a fan of a constitutional convention. Now, I understand why they're doing it, because they want to put certain things in or change certain things in the Constitution. And here is my problem. My problem is, once you open up a constitutional convention, it's no holds barred. That means even though you go into the convention with the intent of modifying only one part of the Constitution, whatever it is, you can't stop other parts from getting modified. You throw the whole thing open at a con-con. I believe the better way is to do what the Founding Fathers gave you the ability to do, and that's propose amendments to the Constitution. You're still going to need the legislatures and the states to approve it. It is not an easy process, but on purpose, because Founding Fathers did not want the Constitution monkeyed with for political purposes. Period. That's why they made it so hard to change. So just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in there on this. Let's talk to Lee in Saginaw. Morning, Lee.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
I think we've talked about this one before, about the Constitutional Convention, Convention of States, and there's one safety catch in there. Whatever comes out of that, it takes Well, it takes 2/3 of this to call for a constitutional convention or article
Right.
of states. It takes 2/3 of the delegates to vote whatever amendments they propose out to go to the state legislatures. But then it takes 38 state legislatures to approve whatever amendments that they bring out. So you have a safety catch in there, in the fact that it does take 2/3 to call it, 2/3 to vote it out, but then you got to get 3/4 of people or state legislatures to go along with it.
All right. So given that, just a
that's
minute,
even
Lee.
higher bar.
Yeah, wait a minute, Lee. Now, given that, why bother?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just put forth an amendment? It's going to be the same process. It's just as difficult. Why not just put forth the amendment you want to put forth?
I'll tell you why. Because there's several things. I'm one of the people that believe the federal government has really overstepped its bounds.
Yeah, I understand that.
In a lot of areas. And the federal government, Congress, has not proposed anything that's going to limit their powers. Our founding fathers put this in the Constitution so the states can go, wait a minute, we've had enough. We're going to reel you people in.
But the result's going to be the same.
The
result's going to be exactly the same.
Well, it depends.
Well, there's a lot of depends, obviously, but I just think that it opens up a bailiwick.
Oh, hold on. Let me give you just one.
No, you got 15 seconds because I'm running out of time.
Okay.
And then we'll talk more about it.
Congress will never vote for term limits.
You're right. They probably won't.
Congress will never. They'll never do that for themselves, but states
might
do that.
Might not. Maybe. So put forth an amendment to call for it. Anyway, listen, I got to run because I'm out of time here, but let's talk about this again in another day. We will do that. I promise.
All right.
All right. Yep. And we'll be back to close out after these notes on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Today's deal on RocketGrabPlus is for the Bay Valley's Player Lounge. You are going to get a $20 Bay Valley Players Lounge gift certificate for only $10, half off. And you have to try their awesome appetizers. They have fried zucchini, chicken wings, and bacon-wrapped shrimp. They also have amazing entrees to choose from. You got to try their burgers, their smokehouse chicken sandwich, and their fish and chips. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose is clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
This is CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone? That's right. Pure Talk has iPhone 12 starting at just $479 through the end of the year. And sure, they have 13s too. Switch to Pure Talk. Great nationwide 5G coverage. Yes, the same coverage as the big guys, but the average family saves over $800 a year. Now that's just smart. There's no need to overpay for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. Plus, with Pure Talk's 30-day risk-free guarantee, you've got nothing. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. And like I said, the iPhone 12, just $479. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Plus, save on a new phone. That's pound 250, say Jill50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
There's a confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, but one thing is for sure. Whether or not you're vaccinated, you need an accurate thermometer. Contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever, the leading sign of COVID and the flu. Only the scanner thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Be vigilant and don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at exergen.com.
All right. Heading up toward the top of the hour here on WSGW, news from CBS and the local report. Then we'll be back with Focus, and on Focus, the SVRC Marketplace. Talk to you right after the news.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW. City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Wealth.
I'm Steve Kathan. In the fight against the Omicron variant of the coronavirus, the vaccine maker Pfizer says there's hope.
Our preliminary laboratory studies demonstrate that 3 doses of our vaccine neutralize the Omicron variant, whereas 2 doses show significantly reduced neutralization of this new variant.
Uslam Taruchi of Pfizer's German partner Tech says a specific vaccine for the variant should be out by March. CBS's Dr. David Agus.
What the data are showing now is that in South Africa, it probably is a milder variant, but it's about twice as contagious. So if it's half as aggressive and twice as contagious, that means that you're going to get significant numbers of hospitalizations, especially here.
A day after rolling out new controls aimed at teenagers, Instagram's CEO goes before a Senate committee. Tennessee Republican Marsha Blackburn says there's evidence the dangerous downside of the photo sharing app has been papered over.
We know that they are researching this. We know that they have chosen not to take steps that would stop some of this content.
What was thought to be a break in a high-profile international murder case isn't, after all.
The Paris prosecutor has confirmed that the man detained at the airport yesterday is not the man wanted in connection with the murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The 33-year-old man was stopped. His passport matched an arrest warrant from Turkey in connection with the 2018 murder at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. He was preparing to board a flight to Saudi Arabia. The man has been released and is free to travel. Elaine Cobb, CBS News, Paris.
Some people walking by it can't believe it. In New York City, a 50-foot Christmas tree in front of the building that's home to Fox News and other media outlets went up in flames.
I just saw this tree, beautiful tree, yesterday, and look what's happened today.
What's left of it's being removed. A man is under arrest, charged with arson and other crimes. The rain is ending in Hawaii, but there's plenty of damage from flash flooding, and tens of thousands don't have power. This man's cleaning things up at an auto dealer in Honolulu.
The water line was up, almost up to the building, had some gravel and everything. Yeah. So sweeping around, sweeping up the gravel off the road.
Britain, Lithuania, and Australia have joined the U.S. in a diplomatic boycott of the upcoming Winter Olympic Games in protest human rights abuses. And on Wall Street so far, in the early going, the Dow is down 109 points. The NASDAQ is down 17 points. This is CBS News.
Facet Wealth, personalized and affordable financial planning for everyday Americans. No wealth or asset minimums. Quality financial advice for every stage of your life.
Give yourself a bright future for 2022 and beyond by choosing a top-rated Medicare Advantage plan. Blue Cross PPO received a 4.5 out of 5-star rating, and Blue Care Network HMO received 5 stars, Medicare's highest star rating. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Star ratings are calculated each year and may change from one year to the next. Medicare Plus Blue and BC and Advantage are PPO, HMO, POS, and HMO plans with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Medicare Plus Blue and BC and Advantage depends on contract renewal.
Spectrum Business knows small businesses are always looking to cut expenses. That's why we offer the best value on fast internet and phone. But we wanted to do more. So, how does 1 month free sound? Get 200 megabit per second internet for $49.99 a month and business phone for $19.99 a month. And right now, you can get 1 month of internet and phone and even TV for free. Call 855-258-5887 and switch to Spectrum Business. Restrictions apply.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with lots of sound effects. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here are some zany sounds. Saving on home insurance is no laughing matter. Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need. The money you save could change your life. It's time for you to take your insurance choice seriously. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Is your prostate waking you up more often than your alarm clock? The fact is, the older you get, you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostate1perday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 24 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Burchett. Following limitations put in place by the Bay Region branch, McLaren, Carroll, and Thumb Region will be implementing similar visitor restrictions starting as of 7 a.m. this morning. Here's WSGW's Rick Antonio.
The move comes as local COVID-19 numbers can and the new Omicron variant begins to spread. Only visitors deemed necessary may be permitted at both medical campuses. Visitors may be approved if they are a designated family birth partner, a guardian or holder of power of attorney for a patient, or a family of a patient facing imminent death under direct care of the facilities, among few other case-by-case exemptions, and have passed a COVID-19 screening. Any patient who has tested positive for COVID-19 or is on precaution awaiting test results will not be able to have visitors. Anyone who fails the screening will be asked to provide a phone number and wait in their vehicle until the patient's procedure is complete. Rick Antonio, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
The Saginaw Community Foundation is now accepting scholarship applications. The foundation awards hundreds of scholarships each year to post-secondary students. Applications for 2022 scholarship on February 15th. Students can complete a single online application to be considered for one of or more of the nearly 235 scholarships available, including the Saginaw Promise Zone. Many of the scholarships offered are awarded to multiple students, and students can individually earn more than one award. There are also opportunities for Bay and Midland County residents and even other parts of the state. Since 1987, the foundation has awarded more than $8 million in scholarships. Visit the Saginaw Community Foundation website for more information. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
One of the great tenors is coming. Soaring Eagle Casino Resort proudly presents Jonathan Antoine, Saturday night, December 18th. The musical sensation of Britain's Got Talent, Jonathan Antoine. Tickets start at $25. On sale now at the Soaring Eagle and Eagles Landing box offices or online at etix.com. The majesty and grace of one of the great young tenors, Jonathan Antoine at Soaring Eagle Casino. Enjoy a magical Christmas with Jonathan Antoine, Saturday night, December 18th at Soaring Eagle Casino. It's on sale now. Details at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. All Michigan drivers with auto insurance will receive $400 per vehicle refund next year. Governor Gretchen Whitmer and state regulators announced the dollar amount yesterday, more than a month after she requested the checks by citing a multi-billion-dollar surplus in the Michigan Catastrophic Care Association Fund. The fund, which is overseen by a board primarily made up of insurance companies, quickly agreed to issue refunds to release details. The fund reimburses or insures medical and other costs for people seriously injured in crashes. Michigan is currently seeing a spike in COVID-19 cases, but it's not the only virus hospitals are dealing with. Here's health reporter Dr. Deanna Lights.
Dr. Emily O'Reilly is an emergency doctor at McLaren Macomb Hospital.
We're seeing here and there flu,
We're definitely still seeing RSV and croup in the pediatric population. And we're seeing people that have viruses, so they have, viral type symptoms, cough, runny nose, those sorts of things, negative.
In addition to getting the COVID and flu vaccines, health experts say practice healthy measures like frequent hand washing, mask wearing, and staying home if you're sick.
Michigan's Attorney General says her office will review events that occurred before the mass shooting that left 4 students dead at Oxford High School, despite the district's rejection of her offer to be a third-party investigator. Dana Nessel said that what we can't do is nothing. She says she doesn't want to point fingers at the district, but that a probe will identify the best practices and policies to prevent further school violence. Superintendent Tim Throne has asked an independent security consultant safety practices and procedures. WSGW News Time, 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. A few spotty flurries at times here for today with cloudy skies, a high in the low 30s, wind miles per hour. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies develop, a low around 19. Thursday, a chance for some snow showers here late, cloudy skies, a high around 36 degrees. Then by Friday, we'll have a chance for some rain showers here late with cloudy skies, a high around 43. Saturday, chance for rain showers, cloudy, high 48 degrees. Then by Sunday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 41. By Monday, mostly sunny, high 46. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 25.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
And good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of Focus here on WSGW, brought to you by RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at roofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. That's RoofMax with 2 X's. Coming to you from my Saginaw Spirit Home studio today, and on Focus, we will focus on the SVRC Downtown Marketplace, and we welcome back Rachel Trumbull. Rachel, good morning.
Good morning.
Hope you're feeling better than you were the last time we were supposed to do this.
I am. You wouldn't have been able to hear me. I had no voice. But yes, definitely much better. First time in a long time, but it wouldn't have gone well.
All right, so let's
you.
talk about what's new in the marketplace. Anything brand new that we need to know about?
We don't have anything as far as businesses. We do have some prospects coming into the marketplace that I will be very happy to announce as soon as we make that final agreement. And we don't have much movement, so that's always a good thing. But I am very, very excited to say that the boardroom that we had to shut down for a little bit because of lack of staffing, kind of just like everybody else, is reopening today. New menu, new crew, new manager, new chef, and we're just really, really excited to bring that back into Riverfront Saginaw.
Now, when is it open? What time does the boardroom operate?
So they're going to be open at 4 p.m. today.
So they're open for dinner?
Yes, yep, dinner. And then we're the only facility that offers any kind of, beer, wine, cocktails, any of that kind of stuff right on Riverfront. So that's always a nice perk too. Michigan beers, Michigan stuff. So yes, please come down, enjoy, shop, grab some dinner, and utilize the boardroom, and just welcome everybody back.
And what days of the week are they going to be open?
They're going to be open just like our open market days. So they're open Wednesday through Saturday. And right now, just kind of getting into the opening, we're looking at different times. So make sure to follow us on Facebook, the boardroom. That's literally what it's underneath. and then you can see the times there. So right now we're going to be open Wednesday through Saturday. 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. is what our hours will be. So we'll open a little bit longer than the actual market, and you can enter in from the pavilion entrance and also the historic lobby entrance to get to the boardroom.
So give us an idea what the menu's like. You know what it is yet?
So we have a bunch of different things, actually. We have, homemade things, we have homemade potato chips. We have, perfect for, just an appetizer. And we also have a happy hour, too. So our happy hour starts at 4 p.m. We have, like today, for example, we have a lunch special. We've got turkey Reubens. We've got grilled cheeses, BLT sandwiches, soup, which is perfect for a day like today, homemade French fries, and then, of course, happy hours from 2 to 6. So we offer $3 beers and $4 appetizers.
Will we find the menu online someplace yet?
You can find it right on the boardroom. Yep, it's on their Facebook page. And if you go to our website, SVRCindustries.com, you can click on the boardroom, and that can give you information as well.
Very, very good. And this, of course, in addition to all the other great food available at the marketplace.
Yes, absolutely. So still have our phenomenal global flavors that we offer, falafel hut, Saigon sandwich, alfalito, all those good, delicious foods. We've got delicious sweets. Rebecca's Bakery, she's had a really, really busy two holidays, with Thanksgiving and stuff. Her pies are the perfect thing to bring to any kind of holiday gathering. And, of course, we have our retail shops we can't forget about. So, come support small business, support them this holiday season, buy a product from them, which satisfies them, and you can, give it to your loved one.
And of course, the marketplace open Wednesday through Saturday. We keep reminding people of that. We'll come back and talk
Wednesday through Saturday. Yeah.
We'll come back and talk about some of the businesses as well as the food that's available at the SVRC Downtown Marketplace. We're talking to Rachel Trumbull. She is the marketplace manager, and we'll have more ahead on Focus after these notes.
Get huge savings with fuel rewards every time you fill up at one of your 26 area Forward Shell convenience stores. Get at least 5 cents off a gallon every single fill up and earn even more when you make purchases in store. You can regularly save 10, 20, even 30 cents off a gallon, which means less money goes into your tank and more stays into your wallet. Visit fuelrewards.com to sign up and start saving today. That's Fuel Rewards at your area Forward Shell convenience stores. And remember, when you want to pay less at the pump, go forward.
With this, I'm Joey Batano. Well, it was a tough week for the Spirit as they dropped all 3 games on their schedule this week. Beginning Thursday night with a home contest against the Flint Firebirds, the Spirit were shut out for the first time in 51 games, falling 3-0. Saturday night, they did not fare much better. They opened the scoring with a power play goal in the first, but could not add on to it and fell to the Guelph Storm by a final score of 2-1. Sunday afternoon in the Sioux, the Spirit fell victim to 5 unanswered goals by the Sioux in the second and third periods and lost 7-2. Saginaw will get back to it on Friday night in Guelph, taking on the Storm, and will take on the Erie Otters Saturday on the road. Saginaw returns to the Dow Event Center on Friday, December 17th against the Windsor Spitfires. For tickets and more information, log on to SaginawSpirit.com, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For this week's Spirit in Joey Batano.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here always giving you the deals that you need. You can get tons of half-off deals going on right now from Uplift Creative Center, Joyce's Purple Palette, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Canning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Are you ready for retirement? Well, Jason and Carl Kreiderman with Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a new book that can help make retiring easier. In Empower Your Retirement, they talk about how a well-thought-out financial plan can make the difference between just surviving and thriving in retirement. Using everyday language, this book explores how a simple process can help you cover all the bases of your financial life, including how taxes can affect your retirement and much more. Your finances are too important to leave to chance. Empower Your Retirement is written to help you prepare for retirement you desire. Get your free copy of Empower Your Retirement by calling 989-848-1188. That's 989-848-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune into Jason and Carl's radio show, Your Financial Empower Hour, every Sunday morning at 8. Firm provides insurance services, investment advisory services offered by Great Lakes Investment Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor firm in the state of Michigan. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
The WSW online poll, guns for school staff. The state of Michigan representative is Steve Cara, a Republican from Three Rivers, says he's planning to introduce legislation at some point to allow schools to maintain lockboxes for any staff that's willing to store lawfully owned firearms. Of protecting students and others from imminent and malicious harm. His proposal will be written to allow lockboxes at K through 12 schools, colleges, other educational institutions, both public and private. So our poll question, would you support this type of legislation for school staff to have a firearm or taser in a lockbox for the purpose of protecting students from harm? Yes, no, I'm not sure. We want you to vote, please. Head to WSW.com, scroll down the homepage, find the poll box and vote that way. We'll find out.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. On air and online from the Stone Specialist Studios, this is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW Focus Show, talking to Rachel Trumbull, the market manager at the SVRC Downtown Marketplace. I want to talk about the businesses outside of the food, because there's a ton of food at the marketplace. It's like walking around the world, really. But tell us about some of the other businesses that are in there.
Yeah, we have Purple Sage Bead Store, who's been within the Saginaw community for quite some time. You have the opportunity to go in and make bracelets. She sells all different beautiful kinds of beads and stones, and can fix beautiful little shop. We also have the Little Yarn Shop. She's one of our most popular places, offers beautiful colored yarns, just such a cozy little place that she has. So she's also been in the community for quite a bit, and we're proud to have her at the market. We have some new businesses. House of Serene. I've mentioned her maybe the last time, but she's one of our newest businesses, and she sells beautiful rocks, and things like have to do with your chakras and oils and things like that. So it's a very unique little place, and Jessica's the owner. She's so very sweet. We have Truly Essentials. She actually makes her own soap, laundry detergent things, and she's a very unique shop too that has recently just opened up. We have Chris Made It. She makes her own personal cups. We have clothing. We have True Millennium Gear, who sells some of the hottest trends, and Asians Wigs and Apparel that does the same. So yeah, we have kind of a variety of just very different things. So you can go to the marketplace and not know exactly what you're looking for, but at least come out with some very unique items.
And these are the kinds of stores you don't find in regular retail spaces. It's
correct.
More efficient for them to be in a place like the marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely.
The marketplace is how old now?
We are going to be celebrating the 4th year open this upcoming June of 2022.
And are there any other vendors from the original opening? I think the gal with the
with
the potatoes has been there.
Yep, Honey's Tasty Potatoes. We still have Macon Bacon, Saigon Sandwich, Purple Sage Bead Store, Little Yarn Shop. We have Both Nature People. Yeah, Flowers by Roman. So we've actually had quite a few that have stayed with us, even during the pandemic and things like that. So, very dedicated to the marketplace. They're very dedicated to the Saginaw community and obviously their customers.
All right, so we're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What kind of hours?
10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And if somebody is interested in starting a business, A, do you have room for new businesses? And B, what do they need to do?
I don't currently have room for new businesses. I actually have a waiting list, which is a great thing to say, considering everything that small businesses are going through. But if they want to start a small business, then they can contact me. 977-0233. I'm plastered all over our Facebook, on our website. They can email me as well. And I set up an appointment so that we're able to sit down and I give them the guidance as far as how do they get started, where can they go, even financial help. Saginaw offers some really great organizations that help not only just, get your small business up and rolling and become, help you with a business plan, but they also help with the financial aspect of it.
Very good. Rachel, look forward to chatting with you again. And if I don't do it before the holidays, have yourself a very, very Merry Christmas.
Thank you, R. And real quick, we have a really big event coming up December 18th.
Oh, really? Okay. Tell us about it.
Yes. So it's Magical Day at the Market. We're going to have, Santa is going to be coming from 1 to 4. We'll have free cookie decorating from Delicious Sweets. Gourmet Apple Cart, she's going to be doing $1, how to make a hot cocoa bomb. For $1, so you can participate in that. We're going to have the Saginaw Choir, the children's choir there. So I'm really excited for them. We're going to have some live entertainment by this gentleman named Michael. He brings his own piano and has just this amazing, beautiful voice. And we will have princesses there. So we are just hoping that the day is full of magic. It's going to be mainly from 12 until 5 p.m. on December 18th. So please come join for more details. Yes.
Sounds like fun.
Come support.
Enjoy it.
Thank you, Art.
Take care, Rachel.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Rachel Trumbull, the market manager at the SVRC Downtown Marketplace. We thank her for joining us, and we'll be back to close out and move on to the market report.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no